Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tactics Ogre with your host, as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. Where we last left off, we were about to go to Vesa. However, I told you there'd be a surprise next episode, or at least I believe I told you, and here's what it is. I fired my army, got a whole new one. First up we got Mah-Dry. I leveled everyone to about level 5 or 6, by the way. The enemies do scale to a point, so I made sure not to go above the point that they scale to. I don't want to become extremely overpowered. I also hunted for buried treasure a lot, so that explains some of my very good equipment. Mah-Dry here is a wizard. I want to make him into a warlock, so I have him as a wizard right now so he can have the intellect for it. I have him with a trident, hard leather armor, and a bandana. His only spell right now is Ice Javelin. I'm fairly poor. I have a lot of emblems here, and I'll go through them in a moment. Next up, we have Brandon Noir Zero. He is a chaotic hawkman with a wind element, which is also kind of lightning. He'll be acting as an archer. Also, something I forgot to mention, I'm now neutral, as you can see, not chaotic. In my treasure hunting, I found a Tome of Discipline, which raises your alignment by 1. I went ahead and did that so that I could become a knight, and, you know, classes like that. Also, I believe Warlock may be non-chaotic. Super Effector, who's currently a Beast Tamer. I only have him as a Beast Tamer till my agility gets to 53, which will be next level, when he's able to promote into a knight. He's using just basic equipment here. Leather hat, hard leather armor, tower shield, and a short sword. Actually, I think I'll switch his sword while I'm here. It'll slow him down a little bit, but I want him with something a bit more powerful. Let's put him with one of my fencing swords. He's about as strong as an axe. We have What a Geek here, who is a neutral fire element ninja. He doesn't have any spells right now. Again, I can't afford any. He's got his fencing sword that I can't pronounce. Estik, I'm not sure. I'm guessing Estok. He's got his hat, his leather armor. He's very, very fast, and he can walk underwater because he's Jesus. We have Jawan of the Walkthrough Corner, another Hawkman. He's lawful and wind element. He's not going to be an archer, though. He's actually a frontline fighter, so he's got a claymore. A very impressive sword. I'll probably be having him fly around to get back strikes, and as a mage killer, mostly. We have Shally here, who is a wizard, right now, going to promote to a siren one day. She's got her staff and her robe. She's wind element and neutral in alignment. She's got thunder flare, which was that lightning bolt we saw in the last match, and air blade, which is the same power but takes up less MP. Less accurate, however. We have Snappish Hippo over here. He's an earth dragon currently. I have him with a glass pumpkin, which is an accessory that adds a lot to your defense, but weighs you down a lot. Luckily, dragons can take a lot of weight. He's got his poison breath because he's earth. And lastly, we have Secret Fairy, who's going to become an Amazon when she has high enough intelligence to be one. Until she's an Amazon, I have her as a wizard to get that intelligence up. She has a trident, hard leather, and the Fireball spell to go along with her chaotic fire, alignment, and element. Now, remember, like I said from last episode, I'm only fully voice acting the first 2 episodes. The rest of them, partial voice acting. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to kick in. When I remember something is important, I will. Also, I'll try not to power level too much between stages. Let's finally get underway, because we're probably like 3 minutes in already. I don't know why she never expected to meet one. She kinda, you know, is a mercenary against them. Well, archer, but close enough. I'm kind of on Mah-Dry's side here. That's a good point. And we're going straight into the fight. Now we can have a team of 8 people, which is good because we have 8. And Ivana here, the knight, she's going to be accompanying us in this fight as an ally. So we don't have direct control over her, rather. So let's just queue up the whole army. I want Snappish to be a little bit closer, and we are ready to get started. Give me strength, I will avenge you, blah blah blah. So the leader up there is an archer. She's the only one we need to defeat. However, I will be trying to kill everyone instead of just her, because a lot of people have decent item drops here for early in the game. Sorry, a little bit of indigestion. Alright, now Mah-Dry's speed is a little bit low right now with him being a wizard. Although his strength is very high and his agility is very high, your movement speed depends on what you're wearing, your agility, and what class you are. And unfortunately, Wizard is obviously quite a slow class. Can I hit? Yes, I can. Shuriken Raj is a ninja move that you can use infinitely. It's basically a weak, ranged melee attack. Good for finishing off opponents, or just dealing a little bit of extra damage when you can't quite reach them normally. Now, as I explained before, you gain 10 magic points per turn. So right now, anyone with a spell can't really do anything. Unless I use an item on them, of course, to recover it. Now, unfortunately, Snappish Hippo here is probably going to be lagging behind a lot in this fight. Dragons are very, very slow until later. So with him just being a baby dragon right now, he can only move about 3 spaces on average. Luckily, we're against mostly weak soldiers. Now, they did scale, as I said before. If I were to go into this fight at the beginning of the last episode, being at level 1 and 2 with my team, then most of this team would be 3, with the leader being about 5. Right after this turn, I'll actually go through and check their exact levels to see how well they did scale. I believe the highest the leader will scale to is level 8. However, these are all very weak classes. It's not a very exciting battlefield, so not much tactics required. Also, sorry, slightly distracted. Not very powerful classes. Flat battlefield for the most part. Blah blah blah. I don't need to persuade anyone. There's a tutorial on how to convince people to join your team. I apologize, I completely forgot what I was talking about, because of game interrupting me and me being dumb and sick. I've always got a cold. Boom. Oh, wow! I think he only had like a 2% chance to block that. Alright, let's get Jawan in to follow up. Also, I have far better equipment. That was the point I was going to make. I have far better equipment than my opponent. Also, the Hawkmen and Shally are going to be very good in this map, because, as you can see here, grass like this is bad for Earth and highly favors wind. Now, I want to pick on Noah here. So let's get everyone ready. I don't need to worry too much about getting back attacked. Most of these guys have short swords and short bows, and they're both very weak. Whereas I've got much better equipment like great bows and tridents that I found. Let's get What a Geek in here. Oh, wow! This guy's been blocking really well. What's this? Knight's Certificate. That is an emblem. That means that you've been counterattacked at least 15 times. It allows you to become a knight. By the way, I forgot to go through the emblems before. So I'll go through them now. This may be a little bit of a long episode because there's a lot to explain. Self-preservation. You get it by killing an enemy with a counterattack. It makes so your counterattacks are more powerful. Sniper. It means you've shot and landed 5 consecutive hits with a bow or crossbow. Increases your agility by 10 permanently. Very good. Centurion, it means you have dealt the killing blow to every enemy in an encounter. Permanent plus 20 strength. Very good. Fist fight. You've killed an opponent while having absolutely no equipment, not even armor. Makes it so your fists actually scale in power with you, making you very deadly without a weapon. Heavenly Spirit means you've healed at least 20 people before. It's required to become a priest. What's this one called? Embodiment of Desires. It means you've picked up at least 5 loot bags. Makes it so when you uncover buried treasure, you get rarer treasure. Knight Certificate, I already explained it. Lancer means you hit 2 enemies in a row with 1 shot from your lance. It's required to become a Valkyrie. What's this one? Book of Initiation. It means you have dodged or blocked 3 consecutive attacks. It allows you to become a Swordsmaster, and lastly is Miracle. It means you have dodged or blocked a blow when you only have 5% of your health left. It increases the chance of critical hits that you get. And if you have the emblem Bogus Hero, which you get for getting 20 levels in training, it negates Bogus Hero. Bogus Hero's effect is that you can't critical hit. Now that that explanation is out of the way, let's continue with the match. Now, Shally and Fury are now much more useful because they have some MP built up for their spells. I don't have enough for Thunderblade, but I do have enough for this. I can deal quite a bit if I hit. Airblade. Come on. And What a Geek was in the way! I love when the game doesn't notify you of this stuff. I thought it would go over his head. So What a Geek just got hit hard. Sorry about that. Man, Joe's really lagging behind in here. If by Joe I mean Snappish Hippo, and I'm dumb. I'm 99% sure he doesn't care that people know his name, though. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time we've called him that in a recording. I'm sorry. I just seem to always be sick, don't I? Now... Ooh, what's this? Book of Initiation with Jawan. I'm damned impressed that, that soldier was able to block Jawan's claymore with a short sword. Looks like the barbarians coming in with their axes. Brandon managed to dodge it, but he punched the broadside of an axe. That's gotta hurt. I believe Brandon does have the fist fight emblem, so he is good at counterattacking even though he's got a 2-handed bow. Jawan is not having very much luck with those, with that claymore right now. He might need to get some more agility to increase his hit chance. Counterattacks don't tend to have a whole lot of, a whole high hit chance, however, because when you're counterattacking, you're always hitting from in front, where your hit chance is the lowest. Wow. Yeah, Snappish Hippo is quite powerful for a baby dragon. Although his strength is a bit lower than Mah-Dry's. Mah-Dry starts with very high stats regardless of what class you are. Now, Ivana does have a healing spell. She's going to be my only healer right now, other than just item heals. So I'll have to keep an eye out. And good thing she is actually helping, although we've been getting really unlucky with the whole blocking and dodging. I think this is a good opportunity for What a Geek to attack. Stab him right in the base of the spine. Well, kind of hit him in the ass, but whatever. Now, I actually want to move Brandon. I don't want Brandon getting surrounded. So let's get him over here. Good thing he can fly, which negates terrain. Perfect. Let's get him. Alright. So he's out of the way. No one can attack him from behind from there. Now, the question is, can Super Effector walk that far? Yes, he can. Super Effector has pretty good armor. I'm not too worried about him getting surrounded. All I need him to do right now is deal some damage. He's got a shield, too, to help with his defense. Now, I believe Jawan can probably deal a killing blow right now. And that will open up a good spot for Shally to move to, where Shally can secure the loot bag and have position to throw a spell. She'll also be surrounded by a friendly unit, so no one can get to her. So let's throw down a Thunder Flare right in the middle here. Make sure we don't miss. As you can see here, it really aids her that she's in Grass right now, and Grass powers up Wind Element. And we got a Healing Leaf. It's a very common item, but it's always good to have. Now, if I stab with my spear from here, it will go through and hit Jawan. How much damage can I deal with the Ice Javelin? 45, not bad. Now, there is an emblem I want to obtain. I've already killed more than 4 enemies with physical attack with Mah-Dry, but if I can kill 4 now with magic attacks, with Dodoria's magic attack, then I'll get the Pen and the Sword, which is an emblem that allows you to become a Warlock. Mind you, Warlock is a male-only class. Let's throw a Fireball over here now. that we've opened up a good position for Fairy. And that will actually burn the grass right off the ground. I believe that panel now favors Earth Element. Yes, it does. That might be a good place for Mah-Dry-Bread to stand. Feels weird referring to myself in the third person like this. Well, let's just get Snap Shape Out closer to the fight, and we're done our turn. Also, I'm sorry if I sound slightly hoarse. I had a very, very hardcore recording session last night of Legacy of Goku 2. I'm recording all 3 of those LPs at once, by the way. I had a very hardcore recording session with a lot of Trunks' voice. It shredded my throat. But I'm alright. Just wanted to explain that. It's that and the illness. I can't shake this cold, it's been a month. But I'll be alright. Okay, so everyone's just kind of going around. See, there isn't much logic behind what the computer does early on. They're pretty much just, they'll move into a backstab situation without much regard for their own safety at all times. That's pretty much what they do early on, and that's kind of what I'm doing too. Ooh, that one has a longsword. That's pretty much what I've been doing too, because I know that these enemies are not a serious threat. It is kind of a downside that no one picked to be a cleric or a priest. So I don't really have any healing right now, and I don't have any knights on my team until Super Effector becomes a knight. So I have to worry about that for now. Luckily, Ivana does have a heal spell, and she will prioritize that above attacking enemies, which is good. Okay, I could move from behind here. I think Snap Shippo can actually finish this with his Poison Breath. Yet this might be a kill. Breath weapons cannot be avoided, by the way. Yep. Blue toxins right into the guy's lungs. Instant kill. And we have opened up another new place for Shally to move to. She can get the loot, back off, still be in high grass to power up her element, and throw down another lightning bolt. Or thunder flare, which thunder's a noise, but whatever. Decent experience, and we got ourselves the Sword Emblem. It's an item that permanently increases your strength by 2. A very nice item to have. Now, I believe both of these have bows, short bow, and a short sword, so she can counterattack a lot stronger. Are either of them water? No. Is there anyone that's water? No. And, hey, wait a minute. Hamilton! That's where I live. No one here's water, okay. So Fury does not have a bonus against anyone. I'll just have her move back here and throw yet another fireball. Now Fury is slightly weakened because it's raining. Keep this in mind. It's very slight, but it is noticeable. She can still deal quite a bit of damage with those fireballs, though. None of these enemies on this map are any good at defending against magic. Let's get Brandon to support that with a great bow shot. And he leveled up. Alright. Let's get over to Dry-Bread, and this is a good opportunity. There's no one behind, so I can run in with the trident, see if I can get a kill. Almost! And I blocked the counterattack. I believe he has 3 health now. Now, he's probably stupid enough to attack one of us and get counterattack killed. I kind of want to save him to kill with a spell with Mah-Dry, but I'd rather get someone to go in for the kill now. Super Effector will definitely get a level off of this, so I'll send him in to get the kill. And there's no way he's missing. And dead. Man, that must hurt. A rapier right to the base of the spine. He leveled up and he now has enough agility. At the end of this mission, I'm going to change him into a knight, a Holy Knight of Lodis, which will give him 1 virtue spell slot, which I'll use for a healing spell, as well as giving him, it'll make it so he specializes in slashing and thrusting swords. Let's get Jawan over to this side, so he's in the taller grass for more of a bonus. Have him attack with that claymore. He finally lands a blow, and as you can see, not the most accurate, but when he hits with that claymore, he hits hard. Hawkmen are a very physical class. where they do gain an ability eventually that I won't spoil you on. They gain an ability eventually that looks magic, but it is actually based on strength. So we'll be trying to get the War God, not achievement, emblem for them. You get it for dealing over 20 or 200 damage in one physical strike. Decreases your intelligence by 30, which is major, but it increases your strength by 30. And since Hawkmen don't need intelligence for anything but magic defense... Ooh. Wow, it did quite a bit. Since they don't need intelligence for anything but magic defense, I think that the War God emblem would greatly help them. We've almost taken everyone out. We haven't taken out any of their archers yet, but almost every one of their melee fighters are in fact dead now. Is she moving to a back position? Yes, I guess none of us need healing. I would prefer she actually just did pure healing. That would be nice. Oh, she got the killing blow. Rip off. I wanted the experience for that. Whatever. Alright, let's start moving in and take out these two archers here. I've only got an ice javelin. It's not my element, but it is raining, so that helps a little bit. Again, I couldn't afford any more spells. Oh, great, and of course I miss. Couldn't afford any more spells. And that is my explanation of why I didn't have, why I didn't just use the Vapor Shot, which is an Earth one. I can't remember what it's called, Vapor something. So I'm going to have Jawan and Brandon weaken up their leader so they can move in for the kill quickly after everyone's finished off the other two. I believe I'll just get What a Geek to charge over here, and on the next turn I'll have him go in for melee. But until then, I'm going to do a Shuriken Barrage, see if I can land a hit. It's not too accurate, but it's a nice little chunk of damage for if you can't reach them with your sword. Luckily, Sempshippo's already in the general direction, considering he's slow as hell. And he's also weakened because most of this stage is grass. He doesn't have enough SP for that Poison Breath. Every 2 turns that pass, he'll have enough for a Poison Breath. But he can only carry... So it takes up 20 to use, but he can only hold 25 SP right now. So he can only have 1 breath charged up. Okay, Shally, I want you right here. Stay in the tall grass and throw an Air Blade. And they're opposite elements, so this will do bonus. We've got quite the advantage in that attack. And who's left? Fury is left. Have her move over here. Actually, no, she probably won't be able to hit from there. I can't really get in any good position to hit. I think I'll just move here. And have her save her magic. Although the basic projectile spells do cost 6 MP, and you gain 10 per turn, so after the first turn you can use them over and over and over unless something drains your MP. Like, actually no, unless there's like an effect that drains, which I don't think there is, you'd always be able to use it. That's good. Either than first turn, of course. You don't start charging your MP until the second turn. And looks like another bow shot getting ready. And it hit. I believe that was Brandon in the back. Is she going to move in for a heal? No, see, the AI is awful. If she can't reach her opponent, why wouldn't she heal? Alright, now who's more hurt? You are. So I'm going to move in with the Poison Breath again. Does quite a bit of damage and is undodgeable. Chance of poisoning, too. No poison. Okay. And she punched back. I'm sure she's just going to knock out the dragon. Now, I want to save MP here, since I don't think I'm going to need to come in from the sky. I'm just going to throw a blade. Come on. Yeah! More damage than estimated, and it was a kill. Okay, now Fury can wheel around here and throw a fireball. Low chance to hit, and damage for a spell. She's really not in her environment right now. Actually, how much health? Okay, I want to weaken her a bit more. Let's get What a Geek in from the back. As you can see, What a Geek can run insanely far. Throw a stab right to the spine. Super Effector. Wow, Super Effector can actually run pretty far too. I believe knights are a bit slower than beast tamer, so he will slow down a little bit. Then he'll be wearing a lot heavier armor. This is perfect. They perfectly set me up for this spell. And it's raining, of course, so it does power up my water spell that I'm using. Mind you, tall grass, since it soaks up the water better, it also weakens fire more. And we got a kill with the spell. Good. That's 1 of 4 kills we need with magic on Mah-Dry. Everyone else is down. It's time to move in for the kill. So let's get that bow ready. Luckily, archers tend to wear very light armor. That's why we're doing a lot of damage. As you can see, she's just got hard leather armor and a great bow. So she's using the same kind of bow that Brandon uses, actually. It's basically a long bow. Very good one. Good one for very early on, at least. The only advantage the short bow has over it is that a short bow is only one-handed, so if you use a one-handed weapon like, say, a short sword, or maybe a long sword, you can have a bow as a sidearm. Or even, if you're an archer, you could be using a short bow with another sword as a sidearm. Personally, I prefer to go for a two-handed bow. Okay. I think Jawan might be able to get the killing blow here, assuming he hits. Let's do it. And crushed. Never forget, you can fool yourself with your rationalizations, but eventually you'll suffer the consequences. It's heavily implied that she was the little girl with the teddy bear from the intro who watched her children die. Or watched her parents die, rather. We got a Cup of Life, which permanently increases health. Your maximum health. Stone of Swiftness permanently increases your agility by 1 point, which is less than the other items. Healing Leaf, it just heals. Crown of Intellect permanently increases your intellect by 2. And a Great Bow, obviously just a ranged weapon. Physical weapon. Here we are camping for the night. Oh, do you? Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like the Marines. Just this elite force. An interesting plot. One thing I really like about the character here, of Alphonse or Mah-Dry, is that he's very cool and collected most of the time. He's not freaking out right now, when a lot of people might rate their main character to be like that. I like that. Lodisism. Yep. Unfortunate. Spelt rumor wrong. Sorry if I'm going through these a little too fast. It's just I'm reading it as it goes, and I'm not thinking. I sometimes I just kind of forget that that some people are slower readers. Even then, I'm a pretty slow reader. Always ill, sounds like me. I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to use her, but still. Alright. Well, the next episode, we'll be going to Formido. Actually, I know something else we can do on the next episode. We're gonna go back here for a second, and I'm not gonna spoil you on what's happening next episode. Something special that I just remembered happens. So let's switch Super Effector to a Knight. Give him his heal spell. Good, we now have a healer and more of a tank. Alright, that's it for this episode. Until next time.